Welcome back to another video of Extreme Stories. We're back once again with another awesome video from this awesome channel. And today's story is going to be the most awesome of all so far, because today we're going to be talking about vacation trips. Vacation trips. The one thing you can do to get away from your trouble. And this I'm about to tell you is one of the best vacation trips I've ever been on. Well, not actually the best, but this is the second best. And this trip was by far the most memorable because it was when I went to Disneyland for the second time. And I can actually remember most of it. The first time I actually went was actually when I was 3. But this one's the most memorable because a lot of stuff happened. But there was one downside to the trip. And there's one thing that will come to the conclusion later on in the video. And that stuff is these tickets right here. You see this? Those are fast pass tickets. I will tell you why those are important later on. But for now, we're going to go through the whole duration of the trip, with its awesomeness and its dramatic conclusion. And note, I'm putting all this into one video. Surprisingly, that's why this video is so long, but I'm trying to fit this whole thing into one video because I don't want to spread this out. So, this trip started out on a Sunday morning in July at 2 in the morning. We went down to the airport to travel. And as you know, 2 a.m. is the worst time to wake up because at that time I was sleep deprived. Because we went to bed at midnight the night before, so it was pretty stupid for us to do that. But we didn't care. We just went along with it. So then we took the airplane. We took 2 airplanes actually. We took one to Charlotte, and then we took another one to go to Florida. And we arrived there just shortly before 10 a.m. And that's where the fun begins for day 1. So on day 1, we practically spent the day going to stores and visiting souvenir restaurants. But the surprising thing that happened was with the heat. Apparently, when it was 93 degrees, it felt like 150 degrees instead because the humidity down there is so strong that you can easily feel it in your skin. It was just so unbearable down there, but still, we didn't let that keep us down. But in the stores, they had all these great souvenir shirts to take with us, and we did buy a few of them as we head through the store. But that was a pretty fun day, I guess. But after that, we head on home to our supposed hotel house to where we spend the next few days. But in there, everything was good and all, but the one problem that came up was the beds. Apparently, whoever brought in the beds did not do me good because those beds were as hard as a freaking rock. I'm not kidding. Imagine sleeping on this. You wouldn't because it would be too painful. But that's exactly what the beds felt like on the first night. The first night I didn't go to bed until like midnight because of those beds, and we were in bed like 9 o'clock, but I did not go to bed till midnight. But that's my only complaint for the hotel rooms. But let's go on to day 2. So day 2 was by far one of the best days ever because we went to the amusement park, and I think we went to it was Magic Kingdom. We went to it was Magic Kingdom we went to, and it was the most awesome place to go to because we got to see rides like the 7 Dwarfs and some other amazing rides. But we ran into the problem quickly on our first day of going to the amusement park, and that was waiting to go on the rides because apparently they had 2 lines. They had one line where you had to wait for a long time just to get on the ride, and they had the other line where you had the fast pass tickets, people running to get on the ride. And at first, I did not know about the fast pass line until I saw it myself, and it's actually for people who actually were able to afford tickets in order to get an easy way on to the ride. So unfortunately for us, we didn't have tickets, not yet, but we had to wait in those lines. But eventually, we got to go on the rides, and all the hard work just paid off. It was pretty soothing to be on the rides, but waiting those lines weren't so good. But still, having to go on the rides was pretty awesome. My favorite was the 7 Dwarfs, apparently, because it was really fun. And because they had cool things going on along the ride. But that concluded day 2. On to day 3. Day 3, we didn't go to the amusement park because we were tired from coming home late that night. But the next day, we decided to head off to the old Ripley's place, where we have the world record stuff going on, and we got to see some of the world record stuff that he had in there. Some pretty cool stuff. And I did remember some of them were pretty shocking and even a bit scary. Like there was this one where you can get on the shaft, and then the shaft breaks, but it tricks you to think it actually breaks. But you're just it's just your imagination because it didn't actually fall. But yeah, and that too. That was another feature we had there too. But that was pretty scary. Afterwards, when we left, we got some pretty really disturbing news. We walked before we walked into the place. It was nice and sunny out, but after we left, it looked really, really, really dark outside. Like dark as hell. It was really, really bad outside. So we hopped in the car as fast as we can. And we took off, and next thing you know, it was raining real hard. And then, like half an hour later, the storm comes to an end, but the lightning strikes keep on going. But the shocking thing about the lightning strikes was the fact that they were violent, but they weren't just violent, but they actually struck the ground. I'm not kidding. They actually struck the ground. I remember sitting in the park. We were driving on the road, and I happened to notice a lightning strike actually struck the parking lot, and I could see it with my own eyes, and it was surprising. And I was like, "What? How is that possible?" But as you know, that's Florida weather. Florida weather, yeah, lightning actually strikes the ground. So, key tip to you guys who are going to Florida soon: be very careful. But that concluded the third day. Now, as a drum roll on into the fourth day, it was another one of those exciting days because we went to the music park once again, but this one was different. We went to Epcot. At first, I thought Epcot was gonna be one of those roller coaster places like the Magic Kingdom one we went to 2 days before, but it wasn't. They actually had stuff that was a little different from Magic Kingdom because the stuff pretty much looked like stuff for whole families. And basically, what they had there was rides actually were like tours. But however, it wasn't as extreme as other park, but still, it was a pretty good place to go to because we actually got to have some fun as a family. But however, everything came up once again, waiting in those lines, and that thing was the fast pass tickets. Once again, the fast pass tickets were a thing there. So once again, we found ourselves waiting in long lines without a fast pass ticket, which was kind of disappointing, but still, it wasn't as bad. But we got to have some fun on some rides. And I remember some of the few ones that were my favorite was the one we actually traveled to space. Really cool, by the way. And also there was one we actually had a roller coaster simulator, which actually brought some fun into the park for us. And also there was one with actually when you're actually flying across the world. And that one was by far one of the most best ones I've ever been on because that was it's really really fun to be on those things because you had to. It was like you actually were traveling the world. And even for one of the rides, one of two good Samaritans gave us some tickets to actually go on one of the rides. It was actually which was a fast car ride, and me and my dad had fun riding that ride because we were going at 100 miles per hour, and that ride was really really awesome. It was like I think it was like one of those NASCAR rides, I think, but it was pretty cool riding that ride. Thanks to two good Samaritans who let us do the fast pass tickets. But that concluded day 4, and now we go into the day that we actually found out the truth about our problems. Day 5. Well, on day 5, started out pretty bad for me because on that day I started the day in the bathroom because that morning I had actually had a bad stomachache and I had to go to the bathroom and all that stuff that I ate from like 5 days ago came flushing out of me, and it was just pretty brutal because for the past 4 days, we're eating nothing but junk food. I'm not kidding. We literally ate junk food for 4 days straight. So that was not a pleasant experience being in that bathroom for the whole morning. And also, we found out the truth about our FastPass tickets. It turns out that morning, the person who was actually supposed to give us our FastPass tickets sent it out to us that actual morning. My dad told me saying that they had actually forgotten to give it to us until now. So whoever jacked up and didn't give us the tickets cost us a lot of pain. Because the 2 times we went to the park, we didn't have our pass tickets with us. all because they forgot to give it to us. And I don't know why they forgot, but I'm guessing that they probably just procrastinated. Like they were just sitting around for a few days, and then the one day they realize it, they're like, "Oh shoot, we're gonna give these guys their fast pass tickets. Maybe I should give it to them before they leave." Well, too late because the last day it was our last day there, and we weren't going to any roller coasters that day, so big bummer. But I guess you guys are too late to give it to us because we just spent the day going shopping and doing other stuff. But we did make up for it on by going to the restaurant and enjoying a nice, good. Sorry, we went to Golden. We just went to Golden Coral to actually eat, eat our last big meal there before we actually head back home, and that was pretty fun. Getting to spend the last few hours there, just eating and realizing it's been an awesome trip. Besides the fast pass tickets, but still, we had a pretty good time. But my only thing for you guys for the fast pass tickets, please do not forget to give it to us the next time we go there. Because the next time we go there, we do not want to be waiting in those long lines once again. Please don't make us go through this again. Please. If we order fast pass tickets, we demand they give it to us. Don't wait till the last minute to give it to us. Because it's just not cool. Seriously, it is just not cool. Well, that concludes it for today's awesome video. If you see this awesome video, don't forget to like, subscribe to always get updated new videos from this awesome and amazing channel. And I'll see you guys in another awesome and amazing video next time. Also, I am now accepting fan art to put into my videos to show your amazing art that you guys make. So starting next week, I will be showing your art. So if you have any art to show me, then feel free to send it through me through social media or on Discord.